Hi everyone and welcome to a Theme Park Worldwide News Update. Now Fantasy Island, located here in the UK, have announced yet another new ride coming to the park for the 2021 season. Just a few weeks ago they announced Spinning Racer, a new spinning coaster opening at the park. It looks absolutely fantastic, and if you haven't already, check out our news update from a few weeks ago with all of the information about that ride. Now in that update we also mentioned how Fantasy Island have been teasing some more new additions for this year, and that was certainly the case because this morning they announced on social media The Guardian, another new ride coming to the park for this year. And what's quite interesting about this announcement is at the time of recording this video we still don't actually know exactly what the ride is going to be. Now there's been teasers this week kind of building up to today, and we thought we were going to find out the exact ride model and what it is. However, they're still being very secretive, and you know, with this one they're obviously building up the hype, building up the suspense, and it's certainly keeping us all very interested and intrigued on exactly what it's going to be. But we know the name, we know the theme, and we also know that it's going to be indoors. So yes, The Guardian seems like it's going to be themed around this dragon, this fire-breathing dragon, and of course, yeah, it's going to be an indoor attraction. Now, when we saw this, I thought, oh, okay, yeah, indoors, it's going to be some sort of maybe a new dark ride or something like that, a smaller indoor ride. And then they put a second teaser on a little bit later and confirmed that this is going to be a new indoor thrill ride at Fantasy Island. It's going to have a height restriction of 1.4 meters, which of course, yeah, it makes it quite a thrill ride. A max height restriction of 1.95, which makes you think because of leg room and that sort of thing. And also along with that as well, they're going to be marketing it as the ultimate thrill-seeking attraction. So this is really interesting because at Fantasy Island, as you know, they've got a good indoor space, the Pyramid, which is brilliant in there. A few years ago, it had a big overhaul. They refurbished it. They put in some new attractions. They put in a mini golf indoors, and it's great in there. However, unless they've done a lot of moving around again this winter inside the Pyramid, I don't see where they would fit such a thrill ride. But I'm going to come on to what I think we could be possibly seeing here, or a few different options anyway, in just a moment. But firstly, let's have a look at this image here, what the park have released. So here it is. There's a little teaser, if you like, of the ride. And the main things to see there, of course, you can see the 4 different seats. We can see over-the-shoulder restraints there as well. Looks like the guests who are riding that new attraction, the legs are dangling as well. So that gives us a few hints and clues exactly what we could be seeing. Along with that as well, you can see Dragon Mountain. You can actually make out down there the water slide, Dragon Mountain Descent. You can kind of make that out on there, and also the dragon actually sitting on top. And they released a video earlier today as well, which was like an animation of this dragon who was fire breathing, which makes me think, is there going to be fire effects? Is this going to be some sort of ride that you look at and it's a big spectacle, a big show? I really hope so, but I'm thinking exactly, you know, how is it going to fit inside? It's got to be inside the Pyramid from looking at the teaser. The fact that you can see the mountain itself. Have they cleared some space in there? Maybe if they added in a second level in part of it, possibly. I mean, I'm just kind of trying to imagine inside the Pyramid. You know, it's very tall in there. You could easily put in a big thrill ride, but they would have needed to have cleared a lot of space. If something has gone in there, I'm seeing it could be possibly off to the left-hand side of the Pyramid, kind of opposite where the entrance is to the Millennium Coaster when it's inside the Pyramid, kind of upstairs opposite there to the left of the stage area. That's where I'm thinking they've got space for something like this thrill ride that they're promising here. So yeah, it's The Guardian, and honestly I'm really intrigued exactly what this is going to be. We don't know when we're going to find out the full details on this or see a real picture of it, but here's a few different ideas to what this could actually be. Bear in mind the Pyramid is pretty tall in there. The mountain takes up quite a bit of space, but there is some room, especially off to the left hand side, if they've cleared out a bit of space there, to fit in something quite substantial. So let's go through some of these options just here, what there is. And like I say, it might be none of these, or it might be one of them. Who knows? I don't know, and nobody seems to at the moment. It's all a big mystery, so I'm loving that. But we do know the theme and of course the name of The Guardian, and the fact it's a 1.4 meter thrill ride. So the first thing we could be seeing here is a return of a Mondial Top Scan, possibly. Of course, the Beast was an amazing attraction. It was one of my favourites. It went to operate somewhere else, of course, from the Fantasy Island, the Mellors Group home. And yeah, they went to go and operate it there. So yeah, it's been away from the park for a good few years now. Could it be a return of the Beast? The colour scheme looks like it possibly could be, and maybe going inside the pyramid somewhere, maybe even raised up, or they've cleared out some more space for it ground level. Who knows? But yeah, possibly could we be seeing the return of a Mondale Top Scan? Along with that, could we potentially be seeing a Zero Star shape, aka Bling, that used to be at Blackpool Pleasure Beach? We now know that Mellors own that ride. Last year it was actually planned to be coming to the park, but due to unforeseen circumstances it never came to the park. So could we be seeing that? I mean, I would love to see that come to Fantasy Island. It's a great ride. I remember going on it loads as Bling. It was been operating over in mainland Europe for a few years. Mellors now have it, and yeah, could we be seeing that? And the fact that that was already planned for the park for last year but never happened makes me think it could be. However, these are pretty tall rides, so if it was a Zero Star shape, how is that going to fit inside the pyramid? That have had to have, you know, really created a lot of space for that. So I'm really not too sure if it could be that in there. If this was just teased to go on the outside of the park, I'd say definitely, looking at the image, it's going to be the Zero Star shape and it's going to be outside. But again, it doesn't kind of match with the seating configuration either. The fact they're only showing 4 seats, or is that just, again, a teaser and really it's got more seats? Same, of course, you know, if it was a Mondale Top Scan, you know, we don't know at this stage. You know, it might not be the amount of seats that we're seeing there doesn't actually mean it's going to have that many seats, if you know what I mean. They could just be teasing, they're playing games with us, teasing this attraction, which I do quite like. It makes it more interesting. Along with that, we could be seeing none of those. It could be something completely brand new, something different what Mellors have got hold of or purchased brand new. Possibly some sort of VR ride maybe. Hence the fact we've seen a dragon with the fire effects and that sort of thing. We could maybe be seeing something, you know, VR. Yes, you sit on it still and it's got an over-the-shoulder restraint, but possibly it spins upside down or lifts out over parts. Maybe like Robo-Arm style. You know, that's what we could be seeing. You know, a Robo-Arm even. You know, what kind of moves around and spins riders upside down. That would class as, of course, a 1.4 metre thrill ride, and that could fit into a smaller space indoors. So they're the options really that I think you know, it could be one of those, but it might be something completely different. It's still speculation. Who knows when the park are going to announce exactly what it is, but we do know this is opening in 2021. I imagine we're looking at a May opening for this because it's an indoor attraction. They probably won't be able to open that from the start. So, and in the announcement, they even said that they're going to be following the government guidance as to when they can open this. So looks like it could be from the 17th of May, this one, when the indoor spaces can open. So yeah, you know, how exciting. The Guardian, I'm liking the look at this. There's a few other bits I just want to mention. Some of the other wording what they've used in some of the social media posts. This might kind of hint towards what it could be as well. So they're mentioning an exhilarating quest, which is quite interesting. Quest makes me think kind of interactive kind of, you know, ride, possibly VR ride, I don't know. Survive the blazing adventure that awaits. That to me makes it seem like it's going to be you know, some sort of big special effects going on. Blazing adventure, hopefully some real fire effects. I mean, how good would that look in the pyramid, especially with it all being blacked out in there? You know, it's all dark, so when you walk in, you know, you imagine like seeing a big fire effect. That could be awesome. So who knows, that could be something. And the final thing is every turn decides your fate. So that seems like it's some sort of this quest, what's going to happen, doesn't it? I don't know. It sounds very, very interesting. It's the Guardian. It's new for 2021 at Fantasy Island. Of course, I'll keep you updated on the videos and social media if there is more information to see about this. But yeah, it might be a surprise. They might just keep it a mystery with it being indoors. You know, it could be until this opens. We don't know before we find out, or they'll reveal more in due course, which I think it's going to be the latter. I think they'll say some more, but just not yet. They're really teasing us with this one. So let me know your thoughts. What do you think it could be? Could it be the return of a Mondale Top Scan? Could it be a Zero Star shape, VR ride, Robo-Arm? I don't know, something along them lines. Let me know your thoughts down below in the video comments. But we do know this is coming in for this year, and it certainly sounds very exciting. What a year for Fantasy Island. We've got Spinning Racer. Of course, because of the indoor attractions being closed initially, they're bringing in a couple more of those outside and into the park, which is interesting. There's actually going to be a Big Apple coaster going in for this year in the outside section to kind of make up for them indoor rides being closed. So yeah, there's a lot of change going on at Fantasy Island, and as always here at Theme Park Worldwide, we look forward to following it and of course getting down there to go and see these new additions. Thanks for joining me for another news update, and that leaves me with one final thing to say. Get out there, keep on riding. See you all soon.